been thinking about this for quite some time. I've been debating with some of the smartest AI tools, the last 12 updates. And I've been debating how the smartest people in the world, particularly the leaders, have actually won all the battles one on one or as a team, as a group of individuals. And what's very important is that the history always repeats itself, regardless of whether you like it or you don't like it. The history always repeats itself, and if you don't want to study the history, it's okay. That's on you. But you should understand that there's a very high chance for you to be conquered by not understanding the history. And the history currently is repeating one on one with the 1700s history. Let me save you some time reading, save you some time comprehension, asking ChatGPT what this means, etc. Right? In the history, you always want to be the smartest in the room. But in fact, in 1700s, the people who were ruling the world were not the smartest. They were, in fact, surrounded by the smartest people in the world. They were surrounded by advisors, people who were war lords under shadow. They were not publicly announced. They were not publicly scheduled to be the war leaders. They were scheduled to manage the actual army, but they were exceptionally good in psychology and strategy. They knew exactly how to extract the most of every single battlefield. Sometimes you just know that you're going to lose this battle. The question is how you can actually benefit from it. What is the most alpha you can extract from this battle? In terms of knowledge, in terms of skills or experience for your army, and take it from someone like myself who is usually operating by himself, who believes in wishes to bet on himself, not on other people. Because I know that when I bet on myself, I'm going to put 200%. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink water until the task is completed, until the objective is completed. That's who I am. That's my personality. And I've seen a lot of people who are getting a very hard time to get motivated to put 200% of themselves. And this is why I understood that, if you want something to get done, you have to do it by yourself. That's probably not a secret. A lot of you born leaders understand that. But in life, sometimes there are tasks that you cannot really complete by yourself. There's a multi-level strategy. Sometimes you just have to plan slowly and execute fast. You need to spend a lot of time setting the enemy. You have to spend a lot of time analyzing the best possible way for you to actually interact with the enemy, which will actually balance or equal the playing field. Let's say you're fighting someone who is much stronger than you. Let's say there is Achilles who's trying to fight someone like Caesar, right? Who has a immense power of human bodies who will fight not only for him but who will fight for Rome as well. You don't understand that if you understand the strategic benefits of slow planning, picking up spots or moments in time to attack the enemy, you might actually have a 50-50% chance. If you pick the spot when the Achilles was actually hurt, when the Achilles was actually out of shape, you could have a 50-50% chance of beating him. Same goes for Hercules, right? A lot of people think that Hercules was the most strongest human being, a partial god, a semi god, and no one as an actual human can beat Hercules. But if you pick the exact time, if you schedule the battle on the time when he was weak, when he was hurt, when he was distracted, you have an actual physical, realistic 50-50% chance to beat Hercules as a normal human. When you understand this, your your battlefield winning strategy as a leader of one or leader as army or leader as of country completely changes. Let's take an example of country as North Korea, right? They have been trying a lot of experiments. They have been trying to launch rockets. They've been trying to launch nuclear weapons. But honestly, it's all buzz. They don't really believe that they can actually have accurate strikes on any country around the world. It's just nonsense. But let's say they wait for the exact time frame or time in the world history when there's no equal manpower that can actually contribute to the winner or loser in a war where, let's say, other country, non-US, because US is superior in launching rockets, compete to each other. Let's say North Korea decides to pick up a time in place in the world history when none of the other countries competing has achieved anything significant. Let's pick, for example, India. India has tried to achieve launching rockets, has tried to achieve reusable rockets. China today actually posted a video of achieving reusable rockets, which in my opinion could be very likely, in my opinion, personally, to be an AI. But they pick their time, they pick their enemies, and they pick their enemies in particular time frame. So they have the highest probability of success. It's not about fighting anyone anytime, it's about fighting a particular enemy in time when the enemy is weak. Strategy is the most important asset. If you have to hire someone in your army or in your team, has to be a perfectly experienced strategist, a person who understands how the tables are changing and who is actually managing or confronting the tables. This is the person you want to hire. You don't want to hire some, low life bouncer who's going to be fighting left and right. No, because the guy's going to get tired and it's done. But if you have a strategist who is always on top of the game, who is always following up what is the next technology used to win the war? What is the next strategy to win the war? If you go back in time, because I read a lot of history, Alexander the Great won wars and battlefields when he sent just normal humans to fight a war elephants. He sent a normal humans to fight war elements. And when he beat the elephants, you know how he actually did it? Sure, the first line of soldiers, Alexander the Great, lost the battle. They died because the elephants actually stepped on them. But what happened next is the second line and the third line of his own army confused the elephants, and elephants went back and actually stepped over and killed majority of the original army that was fighting Alexander the Great. So the person who actually built the strategy of Alexander the Great army knew exactly how this is going to play out. He didn't say that, you know what, the first line of your army is gonna die. He just said that, you know what, you're going to win this war if you do this, this, and this. Find strategists for your business and keep them. Pay them well. Take a very good care of them. If before the salesperson or sales individuals in your company were the most important, now it's the strategists